And it's the Cover Bridge Music Hour. I want to thank everybody for listening in. We've got the official finger from the engineer to start the show.
That's right.
That's Mr. Beck over there. We've got James Witherite in the house tonight with Joey Fulkerson. And we're going to go right to some music and then come back live here in the studio. And the first three songs are from Cover Bridge, I Never Said from Rockwood Strings and Hope, Down Economy from Damned Old Blues, and then Voodoo from Bring the Jazz Guitar on Monday. So we'll get those three songs from Cover Bridge and get those through, and then we'll be right back here live in the studio for the Cover Bridge Music Hour with James Witherite as our special guest, and me and Joey Fulkerson in the house with him, and we'll be playing some music.
So you don't like the way you feel, reality is just too real. Well, that's the way it is. 10 steps across the floor, easy walk out the door. I hope you know for sure. Did you expect? Your ego is unchecked as things fly across the room. Did you think it should be a life of luxury? You gotta be kidding me. I never said
There's no money in a down economy. There's no money in a down economy. The end just won't meet. Ain't no money left to eat. There's no work in a down economy. Said there's no work in a down economy. 6 months later, now the bank is calling me. There's no whiskey in a down economy. Ain't no whiskey in a down economy. Been drinking homemade wine, 'cause dandelions are free. Down economy. Ain't no love in a down economy. My woman run off with a richer man and left me with mouths to feed. Ain't no whiskey unless you're buying shots, you see. Can't find no word, unemployment line for me. Ain't no one taking credit for this down economy.
First time I saw you walking down the street, my poor heart skipped a beat. First time you looked at me with those big brown eyes, my body felt like I was paralyzed. It's not good that every day I don't know what to do. Can't work, can't eat, can't sleep, it's all because of you. It's like voodoo, 'cause the things you do, you got full control of me. It's like voodoo, 'cause the things you do, you got full control of me. The way you hold me drives me insane. Pins and needles of love in my brain. And the way you kiss me makes my muscles weak. And I can't walk and I can't speak. It's not good every minute, I just don't know what to do. I can't work, can't eat, can't sleep, it's all because of you. It's like voodoo, 'cause the things you do, you got full control of me. It's like voodoo, 'cause the things you do, you got full control of me. Yeah, full control of me. Now my boss, he can't help me. Now my friends, they can't help me. Now my doctor, he can't help me. 'Cause I'm sick in love with you. Sick in love with you. Oh, somebody help me. It's like voodoo, 'cause the things you do, you got full control of me. It's like voodoo, 'cause the things you do, you got full control of me. It's like voodoo, 'cause the things you do, you got full control of me. It's like voodoo, 'cause the things you do, you got full control of me. voodoo. 'Cause the things you do, you got full control of me. 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 Voodoo.
All right, we're back here live in the studio at the Cover Bridge Music Hour, and James Witherite is in the house. Now, everybody that's listening, I know you've heard a lot of his tracks, so we're excited to have him in the studio. Now, I got to tell a story about James.
Oh, my.
This is a good one.
Don't embarrass me too bad.
No, this is a good one. This is a good one. So, client says, I got this guy coming in to do keys and a little bit of work in the studio, and so he's going to come in on a Saturday, so we had a Saturday session. So here comes James. He comes in. And you had the red, I think you had the Nord at that time. You brought the Nord in.
I had the Nord Electro 3.
I think so. So James comes in and proceeds to lay down keyboard track, and then he says, well, let's do some horns. So he brings in his horns, and he proceeds to score the part, and then he goes and does the part, and then he comes back and does another keyboard part. And I said, man, this guy's got all the chops, man. So that's my first experience with James, and he actually killed that session. It was awesome.
45 minutes in and out.
Yeah, it seemed like less time than that. It just means you just like whip right through it. So you've been doing the music probably all your life since you were a kid.
You and me both.
Yeah, and you're musically trained, got a degree in music, and so you're one of the poor slobs like the rest of us out there trying to make a buck.
I mean the degree. It's been a negative ROI thus far, but we're picking up, and finally gigs are turning up in Delaware, so I don't have to schlep all the way to Maryland or Philly, although I still like doing so.
So obviously jazz is your thing, and your albums are great.
Thank you.
You're doing all the writing. Obviously, you're doing all the recording yourself, pretty much. You're doing all the mixing yourself. So you're a soup to nuts guy, aren't you?
Actually, I don't do the recording and mixing. Jesse Noss, excellent engineer in Pittsburgh, fellow that I went to school with, actually.
Oh, so he's doing them up.
Is behind the mixing desk, but I did do the mastering on both Organ Trio
now.
records.
So on the latest release, which is Please Do Not Clap on the 1 and the 3, which we got to talk about that.
Does it get any more tongue in cheek than that?
Well, I'm just thinking, does people actually?
They're out there. They were doing it yesterday.
I know.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Hey,
I'll tell you that story on the next break.
Okay, well, so you've got that album out. You have Plus 17, which came out
which
prior.
is the big band album from 2012.
Live in Pittsburgh, which I've heard some of those tracks.
That's way back.
Yeah, that was. Were you in college still then?
That was actually a live recording of my senior recital from undergrad.
Oh, okay.
So quintet up front, and then the Duquesne Big Band played.
Yeah, I've heard some
the
tracks
second
on
half
that.
of that.
That's killer. What else you got?
And just to see how those pieces have evolved from November 2007 when we tracked that to now, what new meanings they take on, what new little facets they acquire, and it's really neat to see these tunes evolve
now,
from then to now. And
do you feel disappointed now because you came from? I mean, you had all that resource there when you were in school. Now you're out, doing your music out at different venues, and you don't have all those resources. Do you feel there's a letdown there, or do you feel that this is just the way it is, and I got to make it work? Because I love the line, because Joey has it, Rick has it, I try to have it here, but I love your line. It said you had your website. You said I refuse to disappoint. I always talk to Joe. Every time he comes in here, he brings his A game plus, and Ricky does the same thing. So I'm wondering how you feel about that whole thing now that you're gigging.
It's a challenge. I'll say that. I mean, in the academic world, it was really easy to say, say Mike over there's a tenor player. Mike, bring your tenor. Play this line. How does it feel? Does it sit on the horn okay? How does it phrase? Things like that, just to make sure that I'm on the right track, or go to another composer with the score and say, these voicings, how do they sound to you? The trombone section from rehearsal D to rehearsal E. Is it spread enough? Are the voices rich enough? And now, 8-9 years later,
It's like
that composer that I would take the score to is out in L.A., so it's not so much walking 2 doors down and
right.
knock, knock, knock. And
Well, when I was in college, it was like, hey, could you bring the beer over here? Well, let's get right to some music,
All
James. So what are you going to play
So
for
what do
us
you wanna
first?
hear?
Anything
I mean-
you want, man. It's up to you.
no, making it hard.
How about 35th and
How
Archer?
about 35th and
It's
Archer?
one of my
I mean, it's
favorite
getting
tracks.
That is
Really-
my favorite track on that CD.
really great news about it. It's gotten some airplay in Chicago on a station that I listened to when I was out there, actually, a fair bit, smoothjazzchicago.net. And now it's going to get some airplay here on the Covered Bridge Music Hour.
All right, let's hear it, man.
We'll do it live, do a little bit of a short version because I don't have the guitar solo to follow me up.
Okay. Let it rip. This is
Here
James
we go.
Witherite live in the studio. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Awesome, man. Awesome.
Smooth.
Awesome. James Witherite in the house. That's awesome.
You know,
And,
it's really different not having the drummer and the guitar player or the sax player just real exposed, and just trying to keep the essence of the groove is
this is
different.
This is how you're going to pay the mortgage, dude. You're just going to have to be by yourself. That's why everybody does solo acts, right, Joe?
Thankfully, this doesn't pay the mortgage.
All right, let's get right into some other. We'll go right into some tracks, and we'll come back here live with James Witherite. We're going to do Take the Ride from Captain Blues Grass Band, and they will be in the house next Monday night. They are booked in for next Monday night. And then we have Midnight music from Isaiah Howard, followed by Doggone Fool from Snarky Dave and the Prickly Bluesmen, and then we'll come back to the Cover Bridge Music Hour. Thanks for everybody for listening in tonight.
Spent my last $2 on a bottle of red wine. Gotta make my way across the Sussex County line. There's a man behind me that thinks I done him wrong. If he wins this chase we're in, he'll give me to the law. When this train I'm riding on pulls up to Marion Station, I know that he'll be standing there with a bullet in the chamber. Oh, this one's me. No matter what they tell you, ain't nothing come easy. Oh, this one's for you. Running is the only thing to do. Don't you wanna go? Take the ride. Running like jackrabbits from the teeth of the dog. Cause justice sold to go 45 and he thinks I done him wrong. There's a man beside me, he watched it all occur. But what he saw don't matter if I'm 6 feet in the dirt. Never was a gambling man, but I bet it all away. Except these last $2, now I'll drown my blues this way. Oh, this one's me. No matter what they tell you, ain't nothing come easy. Oh, this one's for you. Running is the only thing to do. Don't you wanna go? Take the ride. Well, there's 16 miles to the Mason-Dixon line. This bottle's almost empty, can't quench this thirsty mind. It's got its bell lined up, it's got it for the wind. And if it pulls the trigger, well, I'll still be smiling. Cause I caught the Greyhound north on 95. Still picking and grinning, drinking that red wine. Oh, this one's free. No matter what they tell you, ain't nothing come easy. Oh, this one's for you. Running is the only thing to do. Don't you wanna go? Take the ride.
I was playing rock and roll and I was thinking, this is a great night so far. My grandparents woke up and they got a little mad and asked me why my amp was so loud. I said, I'm just pretending that I'm playing in front of a gigantic crowd. If you have a little guitar and know how to use it, then everybody go and play some midnight music. Awake all night, playing classic rock songs. My guitar called my name, so I had to use it.
must have been mistaken. I got no reason to be singing out these blues. I got blessings all around me, and I've been acting such a doggone fool. I've been such a fool. That's all over now. I've been such a doggone fool. That's all over now. Look at all my children. They're laughing, playing, and they're having such a time. I don't know what got over me. This world's always been mine, all mine. And I've been such a fool. That's all over now. I've been such a doggone fool. That's all over now. All over now. Yeah. Put that stuff behind me, man. I must have been mistaken. I got no reason to be singing out these blues. I got blessings all around me, and I've been acting such a doggone fool. I've been such a fool. But that's all over now. I've been such a doggone fool.
And now we got the official elbow. And we are back live here in the Cover Bridge Music Hour. Oh, Joe, I wanted you to know something. You know, the electricians came in and they fixed the socket finally.
Awesome.
After a year and a half of the blowout.
Hey, man.
We had Joe.
I'm a problem solver.
Joe plugged in his phone during the show one time, and the whole. Actually, Dave Brent was in. Wasn't he? Dave Brent was in.
Everything shut down.
Everything
the whole
shut
power
down.
went
It
out,
was
and it was
just complete
Oh,
shutdown.
man.
except for
Year and a half later, we finally get the electrician in to fix the socket.
big money in showbiz. We can afford to get the electrical fix done.
All right, James. So that was an awesome 35th and Archer, but you know, you've got another side to you, and that's the horse calling industry. I guess the horse industry. So I know you're cringing because you are a musician, but you know, I got to ask you, how'd you get into that business?
I've got a nice dual career. One balances out the other balances out the one, and got to do something on weekends, right?
Well, I saw that thing you posted where you actually calling a race, and I was absolutely impressed. I mean, it was incredible.
Can you give us 10 seconds of that? Or?
Probably not, because there are no horses in front of us.
I
It's
already
anymore,
asked
it's
him.
so
Use
All right, so
us as your
it
mule.
is-
We'll be your mule.
Yeah, we'll be
We
your-
can do it.
Yeah.
Come on, Joey.
It's just so robotic. It's a matter of
in the corner. Here he comes. He's like,
them banging coconut hubs together.
That's the.
But anyway, it's so
Sorry, I had to ask. I'm sorry.
It's like with anything else. You see the race,
And you just call, but
and
you got to
and
know
you
it.
report. Of course, you have to know who the horses are. You have to know the sport. You have to know the jargon. You have to know the audience.
So when you ruin somebody's day, Do you like sneak out of the booth as fast as you can, or do you?
Hey, it's not his fault. It's the horse. Man. He's just a messenger.
I'm just
man. He's
exactly.
the messenger.
Yeah, don't shoot the messenger.
I mean, I'm sure, like you said at the break, you said you could be somebody's worst nightmare or somebody's, best
I am
friend.
either the bearer of the greatest news
Yeah,
in the world
right.
for some people, or the absolute worst news they could receive.
Yeah.
In those 2 minutes.
And there's no gray area, right?
Well,
Usually not.
Well,
Sometimes.
no, let me ask something. Have you ever called the wrong winner?
Have I ever called?
Is
Ooh.
that? I mean,
Let's
Good
see.
question.
15,000, couple hundred races. No. I have thankfully not had the misfortune of calling a wrong winner.
all right. So you're right it's coming right to the finish line. All right. Do you have technology to back you up, or is it all by your eyesight?
In terms of in that
Calling that winner.
a nose-to-nose race.
Yeah.
if they
We're asking because we're going to
Right.
spend all the studio money on the next couple of races.
oh, don't do that.
Hey, Dave, Dave Brenton, if you're listening, that XK3
as many races as I watch and as well versed, I hope anyway, in the horses that I'm describing, as I've become and as well versed as I'll hopefully continue to become in the next few years and even longer than that. There are times where there's such a close finish that the conditions allow that I'll make the call, but there are other times where
you won't make the call.
I will not
Okay.
commit at all.
Okay,
Under
all right.
any
Yeah, we'll have to go
circumstances,
to the
you
photo,
could point
yeah.
a gun to my head and I'm not
Okay.
going to commit.
All right, I got
You
you.
go to the photo. Yeah.
That's cool.
I had
You got something to say, Rick?
No, go ahead, Joe.
I had a question about when you were young,
Yeah.
when you first started to play music or got interested in music. I mean, you're definitely into the jazz now. What sort of got you into music? Like, what kind of music first, like, grabbed your
Oh,
ears and
man.
said, I got to do this,
I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that there was this old Wurlitzer organ sitting in my grandmother's living room when I was 3, and I just
Got on the
climbed
stool.
up on the
and-
bench and started to work my way around. Okay, this works well with this, works well with this. Okay, that's a nice happy sounding chord. I changed this note. All right, that sounds a little bit more sad. So
Must have played a D minor.
The saddest of all,
saddest of all keys.
That's right, yeah.
A sad minor. I'm hearing this voice in my head,
Yeah.
Kevin.
What is it?
It's asking me if I was an original artist, how could I get heard on Digital Stream?
Well, that's at the end. That's for the end of the show, right?
Well, yeah, sure, but
We need music. We need original music. Rick's putting the plug out. He puts it in all through the show. Send your original music to digitalstreetstudio@gmail.com.
or just write to us.
Or write to us.
And we'll get them the information on how to be heard.
James, I want you to play another track for us here, brother.
let's go right to the top of the new album.
That's Parkway East, right?
No,
that's
no.
third. That's the third track.
Yep.
Of the Essence.
Of the Essence, yeah.
There you go. Okay. And
Can I
live
clap?
in-
Can I clap on the 1 and 3 this time?
Please do not.
All right.
James
Hey,
with
man,
it, live.
can't you
All
read?
right. Let's get set up here.
Ricky can't read. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Nice,
all right,
man.
man. Awesome job. James Witherite in the house.
Thank you.
That's killer.
Nice.
Let's go to some music. We'll come back and finish up with James. We're going to actually do a in-the-house jam. So let's get right to some music. We'll go with Touch the Sky with Key of Red, followed by Photograph from the Movies. And we'll be back here on the Cover Bridge Music Hour.
predict storms pass by, and as falls the moody rises in the sea, and a twilight symphony can that secrets of what is to be. Oh, journey to the pyramid, gonna fire for the dead, breathe the smoke and breathe. Let the moon light your
we're back live here in the studio for the Covered Bridge Music Hour. And for those that are listening that said my mic was on, we're sorry about that if the mic was on. But now Rick's going, yeah, right, the mic wasn't on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it was, we didn't say anything that would get us
May
in
I be
trouble.
struck by lightning.
Show's over.
Yeah, we're jumping back. Kevin and I are stepping back.
Yeah, we're moving back.
The plug didn't even go off. What are you talking about?
Well, James Witherite in the house, and James, awesome job on those two songs. And so we got to talk a little bit about your writing, and then we're going to do a nice jam to end the show.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so we're all writers, we're all musicians. So how do you do it? I mean, what's your methodology? Is there a methodology?
There are a couple different approaches that I may or may not take, depending on what I'm trying to accomplish. Some tunes just write themselves. Of course, me being in the jazz realm, I have the opportunity or the option, I guess, to write without words.
Right,
and that's where I feel most comfortable.
Yeah.
For me, words are, as much as I love the English language and all that it's able to do, words ultimately to me are practical. So the poetic side of songwriting that you and Joey are much more skilled in than I am is something that really doesn't exist in my world. I've got this palette of 12 notes, and however I feel that I can combine them vertically and horizontally to create this idea. Sometimes the tune writes itself. Sometimes it's this calculated, cerebral, angular thing that's all over the place.
And you drive yourself crazy trying to figure it out, trying to put it down.
Not really.
Oh.
If I'm to that point, I either need more coffee or more wine.
Well, I would take the wine. Well, let's do a little bit of that improvisation right now. We're going to do a little jam and then studio here, and we'll kick it off, and we'll do a little blues in G, and then we'll end the show.
Little Murray Avenue blues from the first organ trio record, and we've got an organ, guitar, mandolin trio here.
Yeah, we have no idea how this mandolin's going.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. Take it, Joey.
Yeah, a little bit of blues in G. Awesome. So that's kind of like something you wrote before. It's got that same little blues style, and
Exactly.
yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Well, James, we really
It's something we can just sit
all
down, no
night.
preparation, and go.
Most guys who play blues would know that sort of progression. You know?
Exactly.
Well, we really enjoyed having you in tonight.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure coming in.
Everybody, listen, go to James Witherite. Is it .net?
It's .net, yep.
JamesWitherite.net. You can also find him on Facebook. All his music's on the .net site. They can actually buy the albums and CDs on the website.
There's a link. Go to the jameswitherite.net, click the buy link. It'll take you to my Bandcamp page, jameswitherite.bandcamp.com. If you want to go there directly, you can buy the records. You can buy the Please Do Not Clap on 1 and 3 t-shirt.
Oh, you got t-shirts.
Cool.
Huh? Yeah, that's cool. And you're playing. Tell us where you're going to play locally so people can get out and see
Got a
you.
couple things coming up in the next month and a half here in Dover and in surrounding areas. Wednesday night, drummer Jonathan Whitney and I.
This Wednesday.
Which
will be the 15th.
April 15th.
Okay.
So
Tax day.
come spend your tax return or come drown your sorrows after the government took too much of your money. We're at Ubontai in Wilmington up on the riverfront.
Okay.
6 to 9, organ drums duo, some original jazz, some funk, some old school R&B.
Cool.
Who knows? A little bit of everything, 6 to 9. That's at Ubontai up in Wilmington on the riverfront. And then May 6th, Jonathan and I are back down at Roma Italian Restaurant, just off exit 95.
That's a Thursday night usually, right?
It's a Wednesday night.
It's Wednesday night, okay.
It's either the first or second Wednesday night of the month. We've got a piano jazz series going there, so piano drums duo. And then if you're more on the rock and roll side and don't mind trekking up 202 to the King of Prussia area on May 19th, I'm solo at the Bridgeport Rib House, just outside of King of Prussia. 6 to 10, bring your requests. Everything from Billy Joel to Hall & Oates to Chicago. So nothing original there, no jazz there, but we're gonna rock out for a little bit.
Well, you also have a fantastic voice, by the way. I mean, you can sing like crazy, man. It's incredible. Let's go around, Joe. Where are you at this week? You've got,
of course, I have the Wednesday night at the Touchdown solo acoustic.
So if you don't want to trek north,
you can always
head down to the Touchdown.
See me.
Joey's got chops.
On a Thursday night, I'll be presenting some stuff from B&B Music at the Fairway Jam, Jonathan's Landing. Bad Avenue is your host for this week. Then Friday night and Saturday afternoon, Nothing But Trouble at Cat's Eye Pub in Fells Point, Baltimore.
Saturday afternoon gig for you guys. Huh?
Yeah, we usually play Friday night from 9 to 1 and Saturday from 4 to 8.
Why don't you just play all the way through? I mean,
Yeah,
you can just play. You've done that before, I'm sure.
We'll need to use the bathroom at some point.
More coffee.
Yeah.
And Ricky, you got movies to play this weekend, right?
Yes, I will be performing with the movies at Post 2, American Legion. That's the one with the airplane out front.
Yeah, we know what that
The
is.
jet, I should say.
And you guys, I heard you guys did a nice job at the Touchdown 2 Fridays ago?
Yeah, we had a blast,
Yeah,
man. It was
fantastic.
pretty cool.
Studio's hopping. We got 4 or 5 steady clients coming in. We're helping them with their original music, and it's really fun to do. So, James, again, thanks for coming in today.
Oh, it was a great time, Kevin.
And we're hoping that everybody out there listening, go check out James, buy some of his music. We really appreciate you letting us play your music here on the radio station.
Thank you so much, Kevin, Joey, Ricky. Pleasure.
All right, and we're going to end the show. We've got 3 tracks coming up. We've got Crush by Ashley Mitchell Band, and they actually going to have some new music coming out pretty soon, too. So, Ashley, if you're listening to this, we definitely need your new tracks. Joe Kenny, an old buddy of mine, Bible is Our Answer. Joe and I go way back. From back in high school days. Straight shooter days. Oh, my goodness. And then we'll end the show with Solid Off with Brave, and then you'll be able to listen to Ricky Rocket Show, Rocket Launch Show from last week, followed by last week's Cover Bridge Music Hour. And again, if you want to check out the past shows, you can go to digitalstreetradio.com and check out all the past shows on the links. All the links are there. So thanks, everybody, for listening in. We'll be back here next Monday night with Captain Blues Grass Band. And again, thanks everybody for listening. Joe, anything else left to say?
No, that's it, man. Thanks for coming in, James. It was a lot of fun.
All right, everybody have a good night.
You other guys, not so much.
with your magnetic eyes. Oh, my heart is racing, I can feel it beat. You lick your lips and I say, oh so sweet. Give up all your love, I'll seal it with a kiss. I guess the only question left is, can you handle this? Oh, my body's shaking, my knees are weak. I can't seem to keep you away from me. I need a witness. Oh, please, somebody come and save my soul. I can't help this. Oh no, I think I'm losing all control. I need a witness. I can't help it, but he likes what he sees. I need a witness. I think the devil's got a crush on me. Oh, I had this feeling from long before. You just walked in, I'm running out that door. Got me weak in the knees, I'm begging, baby, please keep your distance. I can't do this no more. No, the clock is ticking, time is slipping away. Can't fight this feeling, so I beg you to stay. Emotions out of control, I just can't let it go. But I know I should stay out of the way. Oh, my heart is jumping, it skips a beat. But boy, you smell oh so sweet. I need a witness. Oh, please, somebody come and save my soul. I can't help it. I think I'm losing all control. I need a witness. I can't help it, but he likes what he sees. I need a witness. I think the devil's got a crush on me. This feeling won't go away. This feeling won't go away. This feeling won't go away. This feeling won't go. I need a witness. Oh, please, somebody come and save my soul. I can't help it. No. I think I'm losing all control. I need a witness. I can't help it, but he likes what he sees. I need a witness. I think the devil's got a crush on me.
Well, the Bible is our anchor. It keeps us steady line. If we let go of that anchor, we drift from side to side. So let's hold on to that anchor with all of our might until our soul is home. Where you're dealing with some trials, you're dealing with some anger. Remember, in your Bible lies all of your answers. Page after page, and chapter after chapter, the truth is there. If that is what you're after, the truth is there. If that is what you're after, the Bible is our anchor. It keeps us steady line. If we let go of that anchor, we drift from side to side. So let's hold on to that anchor with all of our might until our soul is home. Well, We drift from side to side. So let's hold on to that anchor with all of our might until our soul is whole. Let's hold on. Oh, let's hold on to that anchor. Hold on to that anchor, yeah. Oh, hold on with all our might. Oh, until our soul is whole. Because the Bible is our anchor. It keeps us steady line. If we let go of that anchor, we drift from side to side. So let's hold on to that anchor with all of our might until our soul is whole. Oh, yes, the Bible is our anchor. It keeps us steady line. If we let go of that anchor, we drift from side to side. So let's hold on to that anchor with all of our might until our soul is whole. Yes, let's hold on to that anchor until our soul is whole.
I've seen my share of hard times in this life, and when I'm losing my faith, when I'm losing the fight, I'm given hope by those cursed by fate, but blessed with the courage to somehow be brave. Brave as a soldier's heart, praying for peace before the battle starts. Brave as a single mom, burying makes ends meet, working 2 jobs. You dig down deep and hold on. I wanna be that strong, brave. It's a scary thing to trust someone else. Once you've been hurt, you don't forget how it felt. But when I think about it, my problems are small compared to those with their backs against the wall. Brave as a fireman's wife who doesn't really know if he'll make it home tonight. Brave as a girl in St. Jude's, fighting for life in the ICU. To dig down deep and hold on. I wanna be that strong, brave. We've all had our struggles, demons and fears, but I'll face my troubles standing right here. Brave, brave, the trembling boy on a bench, caught up to bat when his team's in a pinch. Brave, brave as the motherless child who longs to be loved behind that smile. Brave, brave as a soldier's heart, praying for peace before the battle starts.